I never see an exit as a success criteria. What drives me is always building something. I'm a small company sort of guy, whether it was my own or was something small, with the founding team. I think that was sort of what I was looking for.
Robin and I were working together at Ventures West. I was an entrepreneur in residence there, Robin was a partner. And we were looking at the model and believing that there was a better way to do venture in Canada. So we both left Ventures West and we formed Basecamp Labs. And Basecamp Labs was a self-funded entity. And we got involved with PushLife and Chango, and the rest is sort of history.
We met at the early stages. It was early in PushLife and it was early days in the Basecamp partners. And we just respected each other as a group of guys that could help build something.
This is really about finding founders. You think you're going to help in the early stages be successful, and then you're comfortable with all the money you've given him to back away and let him, drive the bus and take it forward.
We could probably both say it at the exact same time. Ray.
Ray is pretty exceptional. He had great vision from early days that hasn't wavered much at all. And as we meet people, new entrepreneurs, new founders, even with great ideas, Ray really set a high bar.
One of the things that I'd mapped through the mid-2000s was just smartphone penetration in developed countries, North America and Europe. The reality of today is that global handset distribution is weighted towards 80% feature phones and 20% smartphones. And so there's sort of a greenfield opportunity right now with emerging countries that just don't have the kind of smartphone penetration we have here. So that's an opportunity that I really keyed in on.
In the early days, the whole company was hinged on a two-way sync functionality. And we had a phone call with one of the carriers early on, and we pitched it as this two-way sync product, and it was better than anything out there, and it would do this and that, and it just was a complete flop. And went back to the drawing board and came back with, this is an iTunes style store for mobile, and that you enable the carrier to finally get into the game of selling content the way iTunes is doing that with their iPhone on your network. And when they got that, we went into that pitch and it was immediate. It flipped the thinking.
We truly leveraged the capabilities and the connectivity on a phone to immediately pull down song lyrics, biographies, artist pictures, news, concert listings, and really make the platform stand out. Some mistakes are really costly to fix in the long run. So hiring is done through references and people we know. There's always the option of using headhunters, and you do get good people through them, they're just expensive. Most people coming to us are looking for autonomy, control, and the ability to make a difference. And usually those are the kinds of people you want to hire anyway. Our first employee definitely had the right skills, but there were some signs at an interview that he may not really necessarily be the kind of guy that would fit into a company like this. Ignored that intuition and just kind of said, look, the skills look right on paper, so it should be fine. And that was a disaster. We had to let this person go. And I think I'm starting to learn more that intuition is more important than I think people give it credit.
I don't think we went at it as, how do you do this as an investor? I think we went at it more as, how do we build companies again the right way? And that's where PushLife came in. It really was very influential and helped us kind of define the way we got involved very actively in companies.
I don't look at them as my venture investors. I look at them as just guys on a team helping to build something.
We sat in a meeting one day and Ray sort of looked over and said, here are the co-founders for me, Duncan and Robin. That's exactly what we want to feel like every time in the companies we get involved in.
In the next 18 months or so, as we really start moving into the emerging countries and geographies that have almost no other electronics, we can allow mobile entertainment to be brought in a really cost-effective manner. It's not saving the world or curing cancer, but it's one of the ways that I think we can address emerging markets and deliver high value at a very low cost.